Hey guys, how you going? And welcome to one of the more requested videos that I've had recently, and that is how to play the IPL tournament on Cricket 19. So there's a bit to it, so let's get stuck straight in. First up, I'm going to show you how to download the IPL teams. So what you want to do is go to the Cricket Academy. I've shown this a fair few times. Go across to the community, go to teams, and then under username contains, you want to type in waste your youth. Doesn't really matter, that's going to work anyway. There we go, waste your youth. Make sure there's no spaces after the H. Then I'll go max results 50, just so there's all, because he's got something like 100 teams, so there's going to be a fair amount of teams to go through to find the IPL teams, but we'll begin search now. So here are the teams, 129 of them that Waste Your Youth has created. It's done an absolutely stellar job. I mean, you can download any team you want really, but we're focusing on the IPL ones. So what you want to have to do is just go through all of them, find all the teams. So for instance, Chennai Super Kings, you can do the quick download, but what I prefer doing is actually going into it and pressing X. I'm not going to do it now because I've already gone through and done them all. But there we go here, it's got the roster uniforms and everything, so just go through, press X to download. It might ask you, prompt you a couple of things if you want to override or not. I normally go just yes for everything. So there we go, you need to do that for all the teams, and then once that's done, then what I'm going to do next is go through each team, just make sure all the roles for the players are correct and that the stadiums are correct as well, because I just want to make sure it's as up to date as possible. So in order to do that, what I do is go across to the creators. I go to team creator, manage mail teams, and I want to go to India 2020. So there we go, there's all the teams that have been downloaded, all the legit teams. So say for instance we want to take a look at the Chennai Super Kings team just to make sure everything's right. So we look at the uniforms, 2019 uniform, that looks spot on, so that's good. Home stadium, MA Chidar Stadium, probably pronounced incorrectly, but you get that. So yeah, that looks fine. If you find that a stadium isn't in there for a team, then you can download the stadium if you want to do that and then add it as a new home ground. And also lineups wise, now maybe the lineup isn't going to be what you want it to be. I mean, the IPL 2020 tournament hasn't happened yet, so we don't know what the actual lineups are going to be, but this is what the default lineup is, what Waste Your Youth set. So as you can see here, if you want to change that at all, then you can just go through and change it. If there are players in the squad who have either been dropped or have been added, then what you want to do is go to the Manage Squad, and then you want to press triangle for options, and then you want to go Add Player. And then what this does is this goes to every player that you've downloaded, and you can actually choose to add them in. So say for instance I want to add Ben Stokes into the Chennai Super Kings. I mean, I'm not going to, but if you want to, you just press X and then that's going to add them to the squad. So that's good if you want to, if there's been some sort of transfers or there's been a late pickup for an international player, you can always go through, search for the player either via the filter or just go through and have a look. So yeah, there's the squad, 24 of them. If there are any changes that need to be made, then you can make them in here. Apart from, say if the player roles are different, say if you want Faf du Plessis, say, I don't know, does he bowl leg spin? I don't know, but if you want him to be like a right arm medium, then what you're going to have to do is actually edit the player yourself. So you're going to have to get out of here and then go to player creator and then manage mail players, and then say you want to, or let's just say Ravi Jadeja, you want to change him, he's not a slow left orthodox, although he is, you want to change him to a right arm medium pacer. So what you want to do is go into the personality and change the bowling type. So that's what you're going to have to do if you've come across any players not having the correct roles. And I did actually find when I downloaded the teams that I had to, I think, change a couple. Can't remember exactly, but what I recommend is once you download all the teams, go through each one, make sure the stadium's correct and the squads and lineups are correct, and then you should be sweet. Now on to another thing that I did do before I started the IPL tournament is downloaded some umpires. So what you want to do, go to the community, go to umpires. What I actually did is I searched all the umpires that were in the previous IPL tournament, then just downloaded them there. So let's just do a test here. We'll go surname contains, who do we want? Dharmasena, Kumar Dharmasena, sure, he's a great umpire. I'll just search it on Dharma because that should be enough. If we go begin search, this should bring up all umpires with the last name or Dharmasena in it. And I usually go to the one that's probably been the most downloaded. So if we can sort this, 4,001 people have downloaded this Kumar, so that is the one that I'll probably go. So just press X and then you can just download them there. Okay, so we've downloaded the teams, we've checked the teams to make sure the players are correct, the teams are correct, the stadiums are correct as well. We've downloaded the umpires for the IPL tournament just to make sure, just to give it that more authentic experience. Now next up, we are going to be, there are 3 things to do. Well, first thing we have to do is create the match type. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that now. So what you want to do is go to the Designers tab. Next up, you want to go to Match Type Designer. Now what I did, I've already got them here. As you can see, there's IPL. But what you want to do is you want to copy the T20, just because it's got all the rules regarding like no balls and fielding restrictions. So you press square to copy that, and then it will take you into this screen here, which is the one I've already created. I've renamed it IPL, of course. You don't need to change any of the structure or the innings. You don't want to change any of the rules either. That's all the same 2020 rules. Same for the restrictions. You can change the umpire uniform or the rope distance if you want. I didn't, I just left it as short and umpire uniform red. So the one thing that you are going to want to change is the start times. So if you go into start times, I already changed mine, but I've made it as 8 o'clock for a night game and 2 o'clock for a sort of day-night game, but mostly day game. And what you want to do here, so start time 1, I've made it 8 o'clock. You can change it to whatever you want really, but these are the ones I've gone for. Ball color white, ball company Kookaburra. Now there's multiple different ones. You can do Kookaburra, Duke, none, Big Ant. But I've kept it with Kookaburra just to keep it consistent and having an actual Kookaburra ball. So now stump sponsor, I've gone none. So I'll bring up a picture now. So as you see in my videos, I have just blue stumps because I tried to replicate the Vivo stumps as much as possible, but you can't really add an image to the stumps, unfortunately. So what I've done, I've made stump sponsor none, and I've made stump sponsor colored yes, and that just defaults to blue, so you don't need to change that once you've done that. I've made a stump visual type flash just for the zing bails, and when you hit the stumps it just flashes red. So I've done that for both the 8 o'clock and the 2 o'clock. So I did see you guys, I did see some people suggesting or wondering how I've got the stump colours just to be blue and no sponsors. And that is how, by having stump sponsor none and stump sponsor coloured yes. So we've created the match type designer, IPL, easy enough, and now what we need to do is create a competition. And in order to create the competition, of course you go to the competition designer. I've already created all the IPL sort of tournament or competitions that I need to do. What you want to do is go new and then just follow what I'm going to show you right now. So I created the IPL 2020 tournament, structure, league. You want to choose the match type IPL, which you've just chosen, which you just created before. So if you just, I think if you hit left once, it will do the, or go to IPL, or if not, you just have to search for it or whatever you've named it. Logo IPL 2018. Now there should be, when you download the uniforms, there should be the IPL 2018 logo. So what you want to do, this is the logo that shows up sort of in the match overview screen, and when you go into the actual game, it will show up with the IPL logo. So what you want to do is, this is all the default logos. You want to press R1, or I think it's right trigger or bumper to go, if you're on the Xbox, to go to the custom logos, the ones that have been downloaded. You press up just to get to the right to the bottom, and so these are all the logos that have been downloaded once you've downloaded all the teams, if that makes any sense. So as you can see, these are all the uniforms, the bat sponsors as well. So what we're looking for is just one that says IPL. So we just keep going up, here we go. There's 2 IPLs, but we go for this one. So that will be the IPL 2018 logo. There we go. 8 teams, of course. You've got 8 IPL teams, easy. 2 round robins, everyone plays each other once, home and away. Has finals, yes, but that's not going to matter for us. Final teams 4, once again, not really going to matter for us because we have to create another competition for the finals. Trophy Premiership Cup, I tried to replicate as much as possible for the IPL Cup, and this was fully the closest one. Point system, it's 2 points for a win, you don't have any buys, 1 for a tie, and that is that. So you press save for that, and that is the IPL 2020 competition. So we've created the round robin section of the IPL 2020 tournament. So now what we're going to do, we're going to do the IPL 2020 finals, the first stage, there's 2. So what happens here, 1 plays 2, the winner of that goes through to the final, and then 3 plays 4, whoever wins that will play the loser of 1v2. Sounds a bit confusing, but it's I'll show you how easy it is. So what you want to do here, just follow this one. It's this knockout structure, same match type IPL, logo IPL 2018, teams 4, of course, so the top 4 teams go through. Trophy Premiership Cup. Now I'm going to do a run through of the actual IPL tournament just to show you guys everything. So we'll revisit this one later. So we've done the round robin, we've done the top 4 teams, and now we need to do the actual final of the IPL. So once again, you'll want to go into new there and then follow this one. it's pretty much the same thing, except that the only teams are two. So these are the two teams that will be vying for the IPL trophy. So you just need to follow it here. Knockout, once again IPL, and then logo IPL. Two teams, of course. It is the teams vying for the title. Premiership Cup, you can change it to whatever you want, but I've got the Premiership Cup. So we've done that, and now I'm going to go through I'm going to sim through a competition. I'm going to show you guys how it's been done, and then that should be it. So now we're actually going to go through the IPL round robin stage of the competition. So what we want to do, go into competition here, go to custom men's, and then go right down to the bottom here. We want to select IPL 2020, the one that we just created, and now we want to add the teams. Now the way this works, if you want to follow a certain like Royal Challengers Bangalore play Chennai Super Kings, then actually I might show it up here. I'll put a number under each one, but the first team and the last team, so the top left and the bottom right, they're going to play each other in the first round, and then it sort of moves inward. So I'll show you guys here for the numbers. So I'm going to go through and add them all. So you press triangle to add the team, go through to India 2020 or India Challenge Cup. So for this, just say for instance, I want the Chennai Super Kings to play the Royal Challengers Bangalore first. So Chennai Super Kings are first. So in this order, what you'd get is that the Chennai Super Kings will play Royal Challengers Bangalore, the Delhi Capitals will play the Sunrisers Hyderabad, Kings XI Punjab will play the Rajasthan Royals, and the Kolkata Knight Riders will play the Mumbai Indians. So if we go X, this should be what it gets. So yep, there we go. 1 plays 8, 2 plays 7, 3 plays 6, and 4 plays 5. Hopefully that makes enough sense. I mean, you can't really get the schedule for the whole season. After the round 1, it's just going to be all random, so I'm not sure how that's worked out, but you can't do anything about it. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to sim through the whole tournament, and then based on the 4 top sides, I'll then go in and do the finals. So here is the end of the round robin stage. So Royal Challengers Bangalore finished on top, and it was the Knight Riders, Sunrisers, and then Capitals rounding out the top 4. Royals and Indians very stiff there, getting done by net run rate. So now we're done that. Now I'm going to be creating the first finals. So stand by for that. So once again, to do these finals, you go to custom men's, and then we want to do IPL 2020 finals 1. So this is the top 4 teams. So the order that you want to do, so Royal Challengers Bangalore finished in first. So in order for them to play, I'm going to add them in first. So there we go, Royal Challengers Bangalore. So in order to get the Royal Challengers Bangalore playing the second place side, which is the Kolkata Knight Riders, I put them at the end. And then in the middle, Sunrisers Hyderabad v Delhi Capitals, because they are 3 and 4, they are essentially playing off to see who's going to be playing the winner of 1v2. So if we go continue here, so as you see here, Royal Challengers Bangalore v Kolkata Knight Riders. Let's simulate this one to see who wins. So the Royal Challengers Bangalore won this one, and then in the 3v4 matchup, the Sunrisers Hyderabad won. So in the next one, so now we actually have to do 2 more competitions. So the first one is going to be the Kolkata Knight Riders, because they lost. So the loser of 1v2, the Kolkata Knight Riders, is going to play the winner of 3v4, the Sunrisers Hyderabad. So now I have to do a competition between the Kolkata Knight Riders and the Sunrisers Hyderabad. So in order to do that, once again, we go into custom men's, we go down to IPL 2020 finals 2. Now you'll see this has got what, 6 teams, it doesn't matter, go add team. So it was the, Kolkata Knight Riders, and it was the Sunrisers Hyderabad. So if you go there, press X to continue. Here we go, it's going to be a final. So whoever wins out of the Kolkata Knight Riders and the Sunrisers Hyderabad are going to play RCB in the final. So let's simulate it. Winner is Knight Riders. They won by 29 runs. Okay, so it's going to be 1v2, Royal Challengers Bangalore versus the Kolkata Knight Riders in the final. So let's go and do that. So once again, last time you have to do this, custom men's, go to IPL 2020 finals 2 once again, just because it's the only 2 teams. We'll go add team, and now what we're going to do is add the Royal Challengers Bangalore and the Kolkata Knight Riders. So there we go, press continue, and that is going to be the final of the IPL. Let's simulate it. Who wins it? The Knight Riders won by 5 wickets. Dinesh Karthik, what a ripper. And there we go, we have just simmed through a whole IPL tournament using the same formats. Unfortunately, you can't do it all in one go, which is a bit annoying. You have to play around with it. So apologies that I've rambled on for probably like half an hour trying to get this done. But hopefully they give you some insight on how to create the tournaments, how to create the match types that I'm using. One more thing before I finish the video, if you want to select the actual umpires that you downloaded earlier in the video, what you want to do is go across to match settings, under match information, go to umpires, and there we go, there's all the umpires that I've downloaded. So Ian Gould, Chris Gaffney, Nigel Long, and then you've got some others like Kumar Dharmasena, Tucker, Moriah Rasmus, Nandan Kulkarni. So you just choose 2 random ones. I just randomize it, so I don't know which ones I want to choose. doesn't really matter, but that's how you choose the umpires. So there we have it, that is how you create the IPL 2020 tournament in Cricket 19. So pretty much everything I showed you is exactly how I've done it. Apologies for how long this video was. I mean, it's quite a lengthy process to go through everything, but hopefully once seeing this video, you guys will be able to do your own IPL 2020 tournament, the same as I've been doing. But thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please give a like and subscribe. If you're feeling up to it, leave a comment down below. Always appreciate reading those. But until then, take it easy.